come you didn't break this guy's thumb like I told you?
How do you know I didn't break it?
You don't think I hear things?
I figure if I break the guy's thumb, he gets laid off.
Do what I tell you to do because it's bad for my reputation. You understand?
Yeah, I won't let that happen no more about the thumb.
So long, meatbag.
When Rocky hit theaters in the winter of 1976, few anticipated that this modestly budgeted film about an underdog boxer would make waves. Yet, Sylvester Stallone's heartfelt screenplay struck a chord with audiences who embraced the story of perseverance and second chances. Here are 10 weird facts you may not know. But maybe you're a Rocky aficionado and know it all. In any case, I hope you enjoy the video. Be sure to stay to the end for a bonus fact. You don't want to miss it.
Yo, why don't you come on over here and sit down? It's a nice couch, I don't know.
Number 1. In the mid-1970s, Sylvester Stallone was struggling to make ends meet. He was barely scraping by with just over $100 to his name. One evening, Stallone tuned into a heavyweight bout between Muhammad Ali and underdog Chuck Wepner, known as the Bayonne Bleeder. The match, cynically promoted by Don King as "Give the White Guy a Chance," seemed like a foregone conclusion. Yet, against all odds, Wepner proved his resilience, even knocking Ali down in the 9th round, before ultimately losing by TKO. Inspired, Stallone found the spark he needed to craft the story that would change his life, Rocky.
Like that.
And the champ is just taunting him now. Hey, I don't believe it! The champ is down.
Number 2. Stallone hammered out the first draft in just 3.5 days, but only about 10% of that initial version survived. Over the course of 9 major rewrites, drastic changes were made to the characters and plot. Originally, Adrian was Jewish and lived with an overbearing mother who despised Rocky, while Mickey was written as a bitter racist. Perhaps the most surprising difference? The film didn't end with Rocky going the distance. Instead, he deliberately threw the fight and used his earnings to open a pet store with Adrian.
You think everybody I fight is a bum?
Well, ain't they? You got heart, but you fight like a goddamn ape.
Number 3. Stallone's paycheck for Rocky was modest, just $20,000 for the script and a daily rate of $350 during filming, totaling under $30,000. However, the real knockout came from a smart deal he made, securing 10% of the film's gross earnings. When Rocky became a massive box office success, that small percentage translated into a staggering $22 million payday.
You know, you ain't never had any luck. But I think this time Lady Luck may be in your corner. What do you think?
Number 4. Carrie Snodgrass was initially the top choice for Adrian, but her salary demands were too high. Susan Sarandon also auditioned, but was deemed too sexy. In a last-minute turn of events, Talia Shire stepped in and won the part. Given minimal funds, she scoured a thrift store to assemble Adrian's frumpy look, her hat, glasses, and coat, while the rest of her wardrobe came straight from her own closet.
Take off these glasses. You got nice eyes, you know. I always knew you was pretty.
Number 5. The budget was minuscule, so there were no trailers or upmarket catering. The cast and crew lived on a diet of pizzas and cheeseburgers for 4 weeks. The director didn't have official permits to shoot in the city, so he and his crew would ride around the streets of Philly in a van, find a colorful-looking location, get out, and shoot. The shot of Rocky running along the docks is an example of shooting on the fly. If you're enjoying this video, please don't disappoint the Italian Stallion. Hit the like button. Thanks so much. Now back to the countdown.
After they see Rocky, they come out the theater charged. They be like, all right, Rocco! All right, Floyd! Go up to people standing on line and shit. Hey, Paisan, you going in to see Rocky right now? Yeah. Great fucking movie. I comes out, he breaks his big fucking his face, he busts it fucking wide open. Fucking Moonlight laying on the floor, fucked up. Hey, you know something? At the end of this picture now, just between you and I don't want to ruin the surprise, but Sly wins this one again.
Number 6. Burt Young liked to joke that playing Paulie was just a matter of lowering his usual acting quality a notch or two, but in reality, he fully immersed himself in the role. To physically embody Paulie's worn-down, hard-drinking nature, He went deep into method acting. Young doused his neck in sweet vermouth, so he'd constantly reek of cheap liquor, serving as a personal reminder of Paulie's miserable existence. He layered his clothes and added padding to restrict his movements, giving the impression of a sluggish, beaten-down man. To further sell the character, he even dipped his hands in turpentine, making them feel stiff and raw, believing Paulie would be plagued by arthritis.
Hey, you looking to do a good deed? Keep out of my freaking life!
Number 7. Rocky and Adrian's first date was initially set in a restaurant, but the director suggested the scene would be more dynamic if the characters were in motion. Taking that note, Stallone rewrote the sequence, shifting it to an ice rink. Originally, the plan was to have 300 extras filling the rink, but budget constraints made that impossible. Since he couldn't skate, the director proposed a simple fix. Adrian would glide across the ice while Rocky jogged alongside her. Most of the scripted dialogue was scrapped, leaving the scene with natural pauses and awkward silences that perfectly captured the hesitancy of a first date.
Can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
Why do you want to fight?
Because I can't sing or dance. Hey, yo.
Number 8. Rocky's legendary sprint up the steps of the Philadelphia Museum of Art and his raw meat punching training weren't just cinematic inventions. They were inspired by the real-life workout routines of boxing great Joe Frazier. Frazier even makes a brief cameo in the film, as a guest of honor before the final fight, but he later admitted he was disappointed that while he got a small appearance fee, he never received credit for inspiring those now iconic moments.
The reason we're standing in this refrigerated box is that Mr. Balboa has an unusual method of training. Is this a common training method? I mean, do other fighters pound raw meat?
No, I think I invented it.
Number 9. The moment where Rocky notices an error on the giant fight poster wasn't part of the original script. It was a real mistake made by the production team. Rather than scrap the scene, they rewrote it to work the blunder into the story. The director later noted that this unplanned change actually added depth to the moment, allowing for a telling exchange between Rocky and promoter Miles Juergens. It subtly reinforced a key theme of the film. Rocky wasn't seen as a serious contender, just another expendable opponent in the business of boxing.
Mr. Juergens, the poster's wrong.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm wearing white pants with a red stripe.
It doesn't really matter, does it? I'm sure you're gonna give us a great show.
Number 10. The film's original ending had Rocky quietly meeting Adrian in the tunnel after the fight, and the two simply walking away together. However, test audiences found it too bleak, prompting a reshoot. With hardly any budget left, the filmmakers improvised, using friends, family, and crew members to fill a small section of the crowd for the new, more emotional finale.
I love you.
Now for a bonus fact. Sylvester Stallone insisted that the scene where he admits his fears and doubts to Adrian the night before the fight be filmed, even though production was running far behind, and the producers wanted to skip it. Stallone had only one take for the scene, even though he considered it to be the most important scene in the film. Thanks for hanging out today. I hope you got a smile from this content, and I hope to see you again next time.
And if I can go that distance, seeing that bell rings and I'm still standing, I'm gonna know for the first time in my life, see, that I weren't just another bum from the neighborhood.